One winter day, a new mom was at home playing with her toddler, casually recording a short clip. Suddenly, the front door swung open. Assuming it was her husband, she didn't think twice. No one else was expected. But the figure that stepped inside wasn't him. A dark shape moved through the doorway, and only then did she realize it wasn't a person at all. It was a bear entering her home. Acting fast, she grabbed her child and slipped into another room. Fortunately, after a moment, the bear left on its own. On May 14, 2018, Nepali Sherpa Lam Babu set out on an expedition to Mount Everest. The mission was to reach the summit and bury a cryptocurrency hardware wallet. Lam Babu was an experienced guide who had summited Everest multiple times before. By midday, the climbers reached the top and buried the wallet in the snow. As they began the descent, clouds gathered and the first signs of a storm appeared. The climbers hurried ahead, leaving Lam Babu to follow at his own pace. During the descent, the team paused to help an exhausted Chinese climber. In that moment, Lam Babu fell behind, quietly, almost unnoticed. Some reports suggested he may have suffered snow blindness, though this was never confirmed. By the next day, search teams found nothing. Only his backpack and a single crampon remained. Lam Babu Sherpa had vanished into the icy wilderness, swallowed by Everest itself. His fate remains unknown. One winter night, a young man was on his way home when traffic blocked the main road. He decided to take a detour through Wanaharang Jampang, a quiet village known for its strange stories. The road was dark and broken, so he recorded the drive on his phone. At the time, the ride felt normal, but later, when he watched the video at home, he heard something eerie. Strange sounds could be heard in the background, noises he hadn't noticed while driving. He played the video again, and the sounds were still there, unexplained and unsettling. A couple checked into an Airbnb and were watching TV when a shot of a toilet appeared on the screen. It wasn't a video, it was a live feed. Nervous, the woman went to check the bathroom, and to their shock, she appeared on the screen.
And we're flipping through the channels.
What is that? Is that ours?
It hasn't moved. We're too scared to get up.
Is it our toilet?
I'm gonna throw up.
She's walking into the bathroom now, and we're gonna see if she pops up on the screen. Are you in there?
Stop, you see me?
Babe.
You're joking with me, right?
I think it's coming from there. There's like vents.
It has to be that because it's right above.
They were immediately suspicious, wondering if there were more hidden cameras in the place. Was some creep watching them? You don't want to be paranoid, but it's always wise to double check your Airbnb. A powerful storm covered everything in a thick, heavy layer of snow. Within 24 hours, the neighborhood was so deeply buried that residents were effectively snowed in, unable to leave their homes at all. This level of snowfall is extremely dangerous. Emergency services can't reach homes, doors become blocked, roofs risk collapsing under the weight, and anyone stuck outside could freeze within minutes. A couple was warming up at home after a long winter hike when they took this selfie. But when they checked the photo later, they were terrified. Between their heads, a pale face seemed to stare straight into the camera. At first, they assumed it was a reflection, but the shape and placement didn't match anything in the room. The couple said no children lived with them, and no one else was in the house. Could it be the spirit of a child? a group of men from the United Kingdom was descending Agail du Midi, a mountain famous for its narrow ridges and exposed, dangerous paths. The slopes were steep, and just a single misstep could send someone tumbling into the void. As they made their careful way down, one of them slipped.
Oh, whoa, okay.
That wasn't good.
Oh, God, you. God.
Fucking hell, I ripped
Whoa.
the haters.
Oh, you're joking.
Well, no, I caught something.
Oh,
Must have been that.
oh God. Well done. Well done.
Acting on instinct, he jammed his ice axe into the snow, stopping himself just in time. The mountain was far steeper than it appeared on camera, and the narrow ridge left almost no margin for error. One wrong move here could have ended everything. The climbers continued, hearts racing, aware of how close they had come. Imagine having to continue after that. One winter evening, a woman named Alexis heard noises coming from an upstairs room, a room that should have been completely empty. She checked the space and found nothing out of place, but the uneasy feeling lingered. So before heading back downstairs, she set up a camera to record the room. Later, when she reviewed the footage, she saw something terrifying. After brightening the dark areas of the video, a tall, shadow-like figure slowly came into view in the closet doorway. A hand and part of a head leaned out, then slipped back into the darkness and disappeared. Whatever was in that room, it wasn't supposed to be there. Reddit user Adrift to Oblivion was jogging on a trail at 4 a.m. when he froze in fear. A creepy figure was standing at the edge of the path. Its face looked terrifying, not human at all. But as he got closer, he realized it was just a snowman. Still, it didn't stop feeling unnerving. The way it stood there alone, the silence of the trail, and the shape in the dim light made it surprisingly creepy. Imagine seeing that in the middle of the night. On January 24th, 2020, a video was uploaded to YouTube by a user called Go to Alps. It showed 4 skiers riding an off-piste route in Davos Parsen in the Swiss Alps. The day looked perfect with fresh snow, clear sky, empty slopes. But as one skier moved down, the snow suddenly cracked.
I'm here. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, breathe. Don't move. We're good, we're good. We're good. He's fine. Careful that you don't...
The skiers struggled to stay upright as the snow carried them downhill. Luckily, all 4 survived without injury. But a delay of seconds or one wrong move could have left them buried under the snow. A Reddit user reported seeing the same figure standing in one spot outside their home every night around 1 a.m. The figure never moved, and they couldn't tell who or what it was. They posted a low-quality photo online, asking if anyone had seen something similar. Most replies told them to get a clearer picture or to go outside to check, assuming it was just a person. But the user insisted the figure looked too vague, too featureless, not entirely human. The only way to know for sure is to go out and see it up close. Would you? On January 21st, 2012, a group was visiting Lake Minnewanka in Banff, Alberta, to check whether the ice was safe to skate on and to take photos. While standing near the frozen lake, they started hearing a strange sound.
What was that?
It was loud and continued for a long time. Many commenters described having heard the same sounds all over the world, but no one knows what it is. In November, a Reddit user went on a ghost walk at Bodmin Jail in Cornwall and took this photo. When they later checked their pictures, they noticed a shape in the top right corner. Online, some saw a girl with black hair and a white gown in the window, while others said it was just a shadow created by the building's lights. There was no clear explanation, but since the jail is widely known for reports of paranormal activity, it's hard not to wonder if something supernatural was captured. After a fresh snowfall, this woman noticed a disturbing sight.
Can someone please explain what the fuck this is? In my backyard? What is this? What the fuck are these from?
A line of perfectly round marks pressed into the untouched snow. Each print was the same size, forming a chain of overlapping circles. Farther ahead, the spacing widened and the trail began to spread out. The marks didn't match any common backyard wildlife, and she also noted something strange. There were no footprints leading to or away from the trail. To this day, the exact source is still unclear. Do you have an explanation for what left these marks in the snow? On January 29th, 2021, a video was uploaded to YouTube showing climbers on Mount Everest. During the climb, they reached a deep crevasse that could only be crossed with a ladder.
How can I help?
Your leg have to be down. Yeah. Just keep down the guide dog. Helen. On one hand you have to click on the safety, okay? One hand click your safety. Where? Anywhere. Harness. Yeah. Yeah, lock. You have to lock.
As one climber stepped into the ladder, he slipped and fell headfirst into the crevasse. Luckily, he was stopped by a single rope. At that height, a small mistake can turn fatal.
You okay, Alan? Yeah. All right. Relax. Tell me what to do. Yes, I am doing that. Wait. Okay. John, can you help me draw this tumor up? This one? You may release this one and then you lift this tumor up. Wait. My phone, this one? Wait. I'm giving you a this one.
Yes, there you go. Yes.
Now wait. This one.
They acted quickly and pulled him back up after several minutes. The climber was shaken. He narrowly survived. A woman stepped outside late at night to let her dog out, but the moment they reached the stairs, the dog froze. He stared into the dark woods before finally stepping down the stairs. But the second he disappeared from view, things took a strange turn. When she called for him, he didn't respond. Worried, she walked down the steps to look for him, and that's when she heard a faint cry coming from the trees. Yet the yard around her was completely empty.
There you are. Come on. Rocky, where'd you go? Rocky? Come on, dude. Rocky? The hell? Is it a cat? Rocky? What are you doing up there? I thought you were down here. Rocky. Silly goose.
She turned back toward the house, and her dog was suddenly standing in the doorway, already inside. The video drew massive attention because there was no extra path or staircase shown in the footage. No alternate way for the dog to re-enter the house. Viewers questioned how he returned so quickly, and whether the figure she followed outside was even her dog at all. TikToker Georgie Juju shared a photo taken when she was 9 years old during a visit to an old building. She said she never believed in anything paranormal, but this image still unsettles her. It was dark, and she was holding a flashlight. The beam bounced off a surface and created a sharp glare, and inside that glare, two shapes appeared that looked disturbingly like eyes. Some viewers believe it's simply a trick of the light or pareidolia. Others wonder if something else was standing there with her that night. The image remains unclear, and no one can say for sure what caused those shapes. A passenger was waiting to board their train at St. Louis Station when a conductor made a strange announcement.
No other train has passed that train. I do not know if we're going to make it or when we're going to make it. So know when you get on, these are your choices.
They just said that the train that left from here at 8 o'clock this morning. Crazy. The train that left St. Louis at 8 a.m. didn't make it to Chicago, they said?
So they just
Or you
said
can
that
go
they had
and try it again on another day. These are your choices. I'm not telling you not to take the train. I'm just giving you the information now so you're not on the train saying, why didn't anybody tell me?
The train that left before, are y'all going to Chicago? Yeah. Okay, so the one at 8 a.m. went to Chicago and never made it to Chicago. They think it is stuck on somewhere on between here and there. So he said if you get on the train, you may not make it to Chicago tonight.
He told passengers that an earlier train from St. Louis to Chicago had never arrived and warned the current train would depart, but he couldn't promise it would reach Chicago. The platform fell silent as people tried to process what that meant. Online, the announcement sparked all kinds of theories, but the real reason was simple. The track had been disabled that morning, and the earlier train had to stop before reaching its destination. What sounded mysterious was actually just a routine rail issue. Someone took this photo one winter evening at a bar. At first it looked normal, but when they reviewed it, they noticed a pale face behind one of the women. The shape had eyes, a nose, and a mouth, but not like a normal person. They looked around, trying to see if anyone in the bar resembled it, but no one did. Many think it's just a motion blur of someone passing by, and that's probably true, but you can't deny it still looks creepy. Someone in Tyler, Michigan noticed something unusual in the night sky and started recording.
I don't understand. Explain this to me. It looks like a reflection of the moon, but it's not on my camera. You know, you can see shit that's reflecting. What in the fuck is this? I don't know, dude.
They captured the moon, but if you look closely, a second crescent appears right beside it. It's smaller but has the same shape, and unlike reflections or lens glare, it doesn't drift or bend. Both crescents stay perfectly still. Could there be a natural explanation for this, or is it something more unusual? One morning, residents stepped outside and were shocked by what the cold weather had created overnight. A terrifying-looking ice formation. Many joked online saying, when it's so cold, your ghost freezes. No one could explain exactly why the ice had taken that shape, and most believed it was nothing unusual, though some residents admitted they were genuinely freaked out. Would you be scared if you saw this outside your home? A Reddit user's uncle was on a cruise when they passed near the site of the Titanic wreck. At 1 a.m, he stepped outside and took this photo. When he later sent it to his family to show they were close to the Titanic, he noticed dark shapes in the fog on the left. Shapes that looked like silhouettes of people. Most explanations suggest the deck lights may have cast people's shadows onto the fog, but the uncle insisted no one was on the deck at the time, which makes sense at that hour. There's no clear evidence of anything paranormal, yet given the haunting location, it certainly feels a little creepier. This video surfaced online, and many viewers wondered what kind of sea monster it could be. Reddit user Darkor had the answer. It's not a monster at all. It's Dervilia antarctica, a strong, buoyant kelp found along the coasts of Chile, southern New Zealand, and Macquarie Island. The kelp's blades float thanks to a firm honeycomb structure inside the plant. It often gathers on rocky shores in long, heavy strands, and in some coastal regions, people even collect it for food, using it in simple dishes. Mystery solved. A driver was heading to his cabin, leaving the main road and entering a rough off-road path. As he drove forward, two figures dressed in white appeared ahead. They stayed frozen in place, directly in the car's path. The driver stayed calm, stopping just a few feet away. But then, both figures slowly turned toward the car. Fear finally set in, and he reversed and left the area. With so little information, viewers are left asking, is this real or is it staged? In 1930, fur trapper Joe LaBelle reportedly found an Inuit village near Lake Anjikuni completely abandoned. Fires were still burning, meals left uneaten, sled dogs had starved. The idea of an entire community disappearing without a trace was chilling. The Arctic made it even more unsettling. A remote, frozen, harsh place where help was far away and strange things could go unnoticed. Official records show no evidence the village ever vanished, and the RCMP dismiss it as a legend. Yet the story endures, a tale that sits between fact and myth. Someone was driving on a snowy day when they came across a really strange sight and recorded it. A person was standing there, frozen in place, hopefully not literally, in a strange, unnatural posture. It looked random, eerie, and out of place. No one else was outside in that storm, but for some reason, this person was. Something about the sight just felt off. The owner of this photo has lived in a house they believe is haunted for more than 10 years. One winter day, their motion sensor camera captured something strange on the staircase. The image shows a blurred, human-shaped form moving down the stairs. Some viewers claim it looks like two children. Others think it could simply be a dog moving down the steps. But according to the owner, the house was completely empty at the time the photo was taken. Whatever the explanation, the image has only deepened the mystery surrounding the home. And for more goosebumps, watch this next video.